So this is the Sony Bravia Theater Quad, and this is a very interesting home theater setup because you have 4 of these individual speakers that are fairly compact, and they give you the flexibility to place them anywhere in your home theater setup, and they offer you a very impressive surround sound experience. And this is actually Sony's second attempt at making a system like this one. Now, overall, I do feel that this system is very impressive given its size and the amount of flexibility that you have regarding where you can place these 4 speakers. So in this video, we're going to be checking out the Bravia Quad by itself. We're also going to be using it with an optional subwoofer, in this case the Sony SW5, and we're also going to see how it compares to using one of Sony's premium surround sound systems, consisting of the Sony HT-A5000, the Sony SW5 subwoofer again, and the Sony RS5 rear satellite speakers. And we're also going to be using the Sony X90L TV so that we can take advantage of Acoustic Center Sync. Now, all of these products work with any TV out there. However, if you use them with a Sony TV, you are going to get extra features. Now, regarding pricing, even though the Sony Bravia Quad is very impressive, you are going to have to pay a premium for its added flexibility. The Sony Bravia Quad has a retail price of $2,500, and that's up there. And if you want to add a subwoofer, you can either add the SW3 for $400, or you can add the SW5, which retails for $700. Whereas if you were to go with a soundbar, today's HT-A5000 retails for $1,000, but it likes to go on sale for $750 now. You can also add rear satellite speakers like either the RS3S for $350, but they like to go on sale now for $270, or you can add the RS5S for $600, but they like to go on sale for $500. And you can add either the SW3 or SW5 subwoofers that I mentioned earlier. Nonetheless, if you're going to pick any of these products up, they'll be linked down below, or you can always press on the YouTube shopping button. And if you want to further support the channel, pick up a Big Head approved hat, link down below. We've got trucker hats and snapbacks. By buying a hat, you help the unbiased and unsponsored videos coming, and it also helps us cover more products and produce more versus videos. Thank you to everyone who's already bought a hat, and look out for more designs coming soon. And also, please remember to hit that like button, and let's get subscribed. So first, let's talk about the design of this system. Now, the Bravia Quad is made up of these 4 units. They're very slim, and they come included with a stand. So overall, these speakers have a very small footprint, and you can place them anywhere in the room. Just keep in mind that each speaker does have a specific channel, so you do have to put these units in their corresponding channels. Now, you can also wall mount these speakers, and these speakers are completely wireless. You only have to worry about wiring these speakers up to power. And all of these speakers come included with a relatively long double barrel AC cable, and there is no external power brick that you have to worry about hiding. So overall, you have a lot of flexibility as to where you can place these speakers, which I feel is one of the main selling points of this system. Just keep in mind that you shouldn't place any of these speakers in a cabinet, because all of these units do have upward firing speakers on them. And also, these speakers only come in gray. Unfortunately, there is no black color option. Now, in order for all 4 of these speakers to wirelessly connect to one another, there is a central hub, and this central hub is what connects to your TV via an HDMI cable. And if you have a Sony TV with Acoustic Center Sync, then your TV's built-in speakers will work in conjunction with the Bravia Quad, and you're going to get an even stronger center channel. And there's also an HDMI input on the back, which has 8K HDR and 4K 120Hz pass-through, so you can plug in a Blu-ray player or a PlayStation 5. And there's also an Ethernet port on the central hub, so if you want, you can always physically wire it up into your home's network. Now, regarding the connectivity and stability of the central hub to the speaker units, one of the main issues with the first generation of this system was that there were constant connectivity issues where the speakers would just constantly drop out. However, for Sony's new generation of sound soundbars and Bravia Quad, they have updated the radios in the speakers. And from my experience after using this system in my home theater setup for the last month, I've had zero connectivity issues. And my home/studio has a lot of network traffic because I'm using an ASUS AI mesh network with 3 access points, and I have upwards of 40 clients at any given time, ranging from cell phones, tablets, laptops, computers, and other smart TVs, other soundbars and home theater systems, and other smart dumb home appliances. And all of these devices are connecting to my network at any given time. So what I'm saying is I have a lot of network traffic and radio interference in my place, and the Bravia Quad has had no issues with that. Now, when it comes to general connectivity, the Bravia Quad has support for AirPlay 2 and Chromecast. So whether you're an iPhone user or an Android user, if you're connected to the same Wi-Fi network as this system, then you can always stream music to it. But also, it does have Bluetooth support, which is good because this way you can easily let someone else play music without having to share your Wi-Fi network. Now, the Bravia Quad is also using Sony's new Bravia Connect app, and this I feel is very important because this app is a lot nicer and it's a lot sleeker than Sony's previous Music Center app. And from here you can do things like adjust the settings of the system, you can adjust the sound of the system, and you can go through the calibration process as well. And this new calibration process has also been updated because it now uses your phone's built-in microphone, and you can also calibrate the system for where people are going to be sitting in the room. Overall, this app is much nicer and sleeker than before. But also, if you were to use this system with a Sony TV, then you might not have to use this app all that much, because you can very easily and quickly adjust the sound of the system from the TV itself. And personally, I really like this because if I'm going to watch an action movie, then I'm going to want to raise the bass up, but if I'm going to watch the game, then I don't want all that much bass, and I just want the rear speakers to be cranked all the way up. And also, this system does come included with a very basic remote control, which personally I never even took out of the box. Because since I am using this system with a Sony TV, the majority of the settings I can just change them directly from the TV itself like I just showed you. Or if I do have to go in and do a calibration on the system, then I just use the app. But with all that out of the way, let's talk about sound. Now, all of these speakers in the Bravia Quad are the same. They all have a front-mount firing woofer for the bass. They all have a front-mount firing mid-range driver for the mids. They all have a front-mount firing tweeter for the highs. And they all have an upward firing driver for your verticality, which is going to be used for your Dolby Atmos and your DTS:X. Now, you can use the Bravia Quad completely by itself as it comes out of the box. And even though these speakers are small and slim, they still deliver lots of bass. But if you want, you can also add an external subwoofer if you really want that wall shaking effect. Now, in today's sound test, we're going to be using the system by itself, and we're also going to be using it with the SW5. And for comparison's sake, we're also going to be including the Sony HT-A5000, which has 3 front-mount firing speakers, dual upward firing speakers, and it has dual tweeters that shoot out the sides, and there are dual subwoofers that shoot out the front, and it has exhaust ports that shoot out the sides. And we're also going to be using the HT-A5000 by itself, and we're also going to be building it out with the RS5S as our rear satellite speakers, which has upward firing drivers, a front-mount firing tweeter, a front-mount firing mid-range driver, and dual passive radiators that shoot out the sides. And we're also going to be using the SW5 for our bass. And finally, we're going to be using the built-in speakers in the Sony Bravia X90L at max volume, and these home theater systems are running at 70% volume with voice up turned on, and their bass is going to be set to 8.
My name is Miles Morales. I'm Brooklyn's one and only Spider-Man. Things are going great.
Okay, you're supposed to be here 5.
Alright, whatever.
Whatever?
Wow.
Whatever?
So are you like a cow or a Dalmatian? I am the Spot. It's not funny. Don't do that.
Miles's grades are pretty good. A in AP Physics.
That's my little man.
And a B in Spanish.
Ooh, okay. Miles, are you trying? Mira, eso es imposible.
I gotta go. Alright, okay, bye.
He's lying to you. And I think you know it.
Miles! out of here?
Oh, quit? So wait a minute. There's an elite crew with all the best spider people in it?
Who's the new guy?
This is unbelievable. This is the lobby.
Miguel O'Hara.
The whole thing was his idea.
What's a guy gotta do to join this spider team?
You can never be part of this.
Don't even get me started on Doctor Strange, the little nerd back on Earth 1999.
Come on, go easy on the kid. He had a terrible teacher. Peter Miles!
Mayday, you have a baby?
I have a baby.
I'll take it from here.
Miles, being Spider-Man is a sacrifice. You have a choice
Between saving one person and saving every world.
Send me home. I can't do that. I can do both!
Spider-Man, always.
Not always.
What about Uncle Ben?
If not for Uncle Ben, most of us wouldn't be here.
Can't stop him! You can't run forever, kids! I can't lose one more friend.
That isn't what we talked about!
You do it?
You have no idea what you're doing!
Everyone keeps telling me how my story is supposed to go. I'm gonna do my own thing.
Stop Spider-Man!
You want me?
And then I looked at my uncle and...
Let me guess. He died.
Who do you think the best driver is?
Probably Rory.
I would dust him in a lap.
God, all you do is sling video games with some crazy dreams of racing cars. Dad, you're the one that told us always do something we love. You know what racing cars cost? Look around. It's not our world, son.
What is this?
It's a contest.
The best Gran Turismo players in the world get a chance to compete in professional racing.
Dude, this is real.
This is real.
I'm sorry. You really think you're gonna take a kid who plays video games in their bedroom, you're gonna strap him to a 200-mile-an-hour rocket? It'll tear him to pieces.
You can hate me now,
It's not gonna work. The guys who race are elite athletes.
but I won't stop now.
Your kids are scrawny little gamer kids.
That's why you coming.
Come on, let's go!
Cause I can't stop now.
Must be a new experience for you, moving your legs. You puked on my lawn.
There's no turning back.
When you're in a race, the cockpit
It's gonna be 140 degrees Fahrenheit. The G-forces will be twice what an astronaut experiences.
on liftoff. I can't see anything. Hey, you get extra points for that in the game?
Jesus Christ. This whole thing is insane. You know, couch surfing.
Thursday, you sent me. He is the best one. You made it. Welcome to Team This End.
What's next? It's Major Leagues. The other drivers.
Are going to hate you.
What is your problem?
It's part of the game. It's called racing. If you miss a line in the game, you reset. You miss it on the track, you could die.
I know this track.
I've raced it 1,000 times. That's what I'm talking about.
But I won't stop now.
With the
So first off, your TV just most likely has a pair of downward firing speakers that just bounce sound off of the table. They don't get all that loud, and at high volumes, the bass becomes a rattling mess. And since TVs are getting slimmer and slimmer, these speakers need to get smaller and smaller. However, if you were to get a more premium TV like the Sony X90L, like we're using today, the built-in speakers in this TV sound and perform better. The bass doesn't get as distorted and they get decently loud. However, the built-in speakers on this TV are going to be better suited for hearing dialogue with, and if you want to get that better movie watching experience, then you do want to invest in a soundbar at least. So first off, there's the max volume performance of this system. Now personally, I was skeptical that the Bravia Quad was going to be able to get as loud as a fully integrated soundbar, just given the overall size of these individual speakers, but the Bravia Quad has no problem and just gets as loud as the Sony HT-A5000 when it's paired up with the RS5's rears. And in general, the Bravia Quad is going to have no problem filling a large living room with sound, even though these speakers are super thin. But another thing that really surprised me about the Bravia Quad when it's running by itself is the bass. Since with the Bravia Quad, all four speakers are putting out bass. So you're getting hit by that bass from the front and from the rear, giving you a very immersive listening experience, and you feel that bass no matter where you're sitting in the room. Whereas with the HT-A5000, this soundbar has a ton of bass to it all on its own, thanks to its built-in subwoofers. However, since the bass is only coming from the front, the bass on the HT-A5000 isn't as strong or as immersive as the bass that's coming from the quad's four speaker units. However, if you really want that movie theater experience and if you really want that wall shaking bass, then you do want to add an external subwoofer. And with either the SW3 or SW5, you're going to be able to feel what's actually happening on the screen. However, whether you add an external subwoofer to the Bravia Quad or to any of Sony's soundbars, all of the bass is going to be handled by the external subwoofer, and the woofers found in both the quad and soundbars are going to be deactivated. But finally, when it comes to comparing the Bravia Quad with the SW5 subwoofer to a fully built-out Sony home theater system consisting of the HT-A5000, the RS5's rear speakers, and SW5 subwoofer, the main defining characteristic is going to be openness and balance. The Bravia Quad just does a much better job of giving you that improved instrument separation, and it does a better job of putting you in the center of your watching, because I feel the rear channels are just a lot more prominent than the rear channels on the HT-A5000 system. And also combined with the fact that both of these home theater systems are taking advantage of Acoustic Center Sync, where your TV's built-in speakers is acting as a center channel, the Bravia Quad just does a better job of delivering sound from the center, the front left, and front right, more similar to what you would experience in the movie theater, whereas with the front channels on the HT-A5000, they just sounded more narrow by comparison because everything is just much closer together. But with all that being said, the Bravia Theater Quad is a very impressive system all on its own that delivers a very spacious home theater listening experience thanks to its 4 speaker units. And since bass is coming from both the front and the rear, the bass on the Bravia Quad is more impactful and it's more immersive than the bass found on Sony's soundbars, which I have always praised for having a lot of bass without needing an external subwoofer. Personally, I prefer using the Bravia Quad with SW5 subwoofer versus the Sony HT-A5000 plus RS5's rears and SW5 setup that I've been using for the last few months. However, I do recognize that the Sony Bravia Theater Quad is an expensive setup, and with the premium that you're paying, you're basically getting better instrument separation, and you're also getting the added flexibility as to where you can place these speaker units. If you made it this far, I guess you enjoyed the video, so hit the like button and get subscribed. If you want to pick any of the products up, they'll be linked down below. And if you want to further support the channel, check out the merch. I made some shirts and hoodies that look and feel great. And you know I can be very particular, so I'll only slap my name on something if I'm really proud of it.